Yes, also everyone, switch on your videos. Let's start today's class.
Mom, lateral meristem.
Yes,
Lateral meristem.
lateral meristem. Apical, intercalary, and lateral meristem was done, isn't it?
Yes, mom.
Okay. All right. So, as far as up until now, do you people have any doubts? Any doubts anywhere? Anything you want? Also, both of
No,
you switch
mom.
on. Yes, students, quickly switch on your videos. All right. Jafrika, you also switch on. Huh. So, in the previous class, we had discussed about the meristematic tissue. That were the types of tissues found in the plants that were responsible for constant growth, right? So today we're going to talk about the next type of tissues found in the plants, which we call as the permanent tissues. Okay, permanent tissues, they're very different from meristematic tissue, but the most unique thing is that they are originated from the meristematic tissue. They are coming from the meristematic tissue. So it's like whenever the meristematic tissues that are there, that has, they have lost the capability of dividing. Okay, they have become like they can't divide anymore. So these meristematic tissues that have lost the ability to divide, they become the permanent tissues. Okay. So different types of the permanent tissues, they are formed from the differentiation of the meristematic tissue. Now, what is differentiation? So differentiation or cell differentiation, it is when a particular tissue or a particular cell, it takes up a permanent shape, permanent size and permanent function. Meaning now they cannot grow, they cannot help in the growth, but they will help in storage, they will help in providing structural support and like that. So now they have different functions to perform. Is it clear?
Yes, mom.
Any doubts? Anything you want to ask? Now, just like how there were the characteristics of the meristematic tissue, same way there will be the characteristics of the permanent tissues. Now, the cells that have lost the power of division, right? The meristematic tissues, they are made up of those cells that do not divide anymore. So they have a definite shape. Definite means fixed. So their shape is fixed. They'll not expand or get bigger. So their shape is fixed. Their size is fixed. Clear? So they have a definite form, definite size, and definite shape. Now, what do they do? Like, what is their function? Because they are fully differentiated, they carry out very specific functions. Okay, they do not carry like common functions. No, they are like, for example, if there is one tissue that is permanent, so it will perform only the work that it is supposed to. Getting my point? Or else it will not perform any other thing. So they carry out a specific function because they are fully differentiated. Now, always remember that the the meristematic tissue, they were mostly living tissues, right? None of them were dead. But the permanent tissue, they can be living and they can be dead also. Even if they are dead, it doesn't mean that they will be useless. They will be helpful, but in providing support, in providing structure. Okay, they will not be living, but they will still be useful. So the permanent tissues, they could be dead or they could be living. Now, if you remember, the meristematic tissue, they had thin wall, like the wall of the cell, it was very thin and it was made up of what, students? What was it made up of?
Now, can you repeat?
The like the thin cell wall of the meristematic tissue, what was it made up of? Yes, exactly. The cell wall in plants, no matter which part I am talking about, it will always be made up of cellulose. So here also, the cell wall is made up of cellulose, but it is thick. It's not thin, it's thicker. And since they do not divide, so they will have large vacuoles present in them for storage purpose. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if you see over here, now we're going to see the different types of permanent tissue. Now, if you compare these two images, what is the difference in between?
Shape.
So, like, how would you define the difference in between these two, 1 and 2?
The first one has similar kind of shape all around over it, but then in the second one, it has different kind of shapes and different parts.
Yes, exactly. So this is the major difference that is there between the two types of permanent tissues. Meaning the first one is the example of simple permanent tissue, and the second one is the example of complex permanent tissue. Okay. Now, simple permanent tissues are the ones that have just one type of cells. They are made up of only one type of cells. Whereas the complex permanent tissues, they are made up of different types of cells. It's their composition that is the major difference. Clear? Now, the first kind, which is the simple permanent tissue. So these are the kinds of tissues that are made up of only one type of cells. Okay, only one type of cells is what they are made of. Further, depending upon the function and structure, the simple permanent tissues are of three types: parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. Okay, these are different types of simple permanent tissues. Now, the first one is parenchyma. Now, this is the most primitive, it's like the most basic type of tissue that the plant requires. Without this, plant cannot survive. So it's like the most primitive and the fundamental tissue. Okay. And it's very common tissue in the plants, and it has very less specialization. It's like not very modified. It's like a basic kind of tissue found in all types of plants. Clear? Now, this is what the structure of the parenchyma looks like. Okay, it has a very big central, like in the center, it has a very big vacuole, and it has a lot of spaces around the cell. So there are many intercellular spaces. So let us see the characteristics of parenchyma. The cells of this tissue, they are living cells. Always remember, this is very important. The cells of this tissue, they are living cells. The shape again can vary, and it can be anything like spherical, it can be oval, it can be polygonal, it can be varieties of shapes. Now the cell wall is thin. Okay, the cell wall is thin, and yes, it is made up of cellulose. Now, the cells that are found in the simple permanent tissue, they are loosely packed. Meaning, it's not like they are very close situated like this. No, one is here, one is here, one is here, like that. So they are very loosely packed. And because they are loosely packed, large intercellular spaces are present. Intercellular spaces means the space in between the two cells in a tissue. Clear? Now, after that, they have a large central vacuole. Central vacuole means a big vacuole right in the middle of the cell. And they have a dense peripheral cytoplasm. Peripheral means, like for example, if this is a cell, the major portion is occupied by the vacuole. Now, this is the center position. Now, the part that is left, this part, this is the periphery. So in the periphery, we have the cytoplasm. And in the middle, what is there? The vacuole. Is it clear?
No, but the cytoplasm is throughout the cell, right? And the organelles are just
It
present
is
in the
throughout,
cell.
but mostly abundant throughout the periphery. It's more abundant in the periphery. It's present throughout the cell, but abundant in the periphery. Clear?
Yes.
Now, where are these tissues found? So, the parenchyma, they are found in the soft parts of the plant. It doesn't provide any hardness. It just provides a basic tissue to the plant body. So, it is found in the soft parts of the plant, such as the cortex of the root, okay, ground tissues in the stem, and it is also found in the mesophyll of the leaves. These are different areas of the plant where you can find the parenchyma inside. Clear, students?
Yes.
Now talking about what is the function. The major function performed by the parenchyma is storage of food. Clear? So now you people tell me, what are the two types of permanent tissues? What are the names?
Simple tissues and complex tissues.
Simple permanent tissues and complex permanent tissues. And what are the three types of the simple permanent tissue, students?
Parenchyma, parenchyma, and sclerenchyma.
Cell.
Yes. Say, complete, Tanisha.
Parenchyma and parenchyma,
Hmm.
and the third one is
Colon. Okay, parenchyma, collenchyma, and sclerenchyma. These are the three types of simple permanent tissues. Any doubts up until now, students? Anything you want to ask? Okay, now you people note down, then we'll move forward.
Done, ma'am.
Yes, both of you are done, students. Shall I scroll down? Done?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh.
ma'am. Done, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Yes, both of you are done, students. Oh.
Yes, ma'am.
Done, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Both of you are done, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Done, students?
Yes, ma'am.
Done, students? Shall I scroll down?
Yes, ma'am. Done, ma'am.
Both of you are done?
Yes, ma'am.
Done.
Done, students? Both of you are done?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubts up until now?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
All Okay. So this was all there is to know as far as the parenchyma is concerned. Like the basic things about the parenchyma, this is what it is. But now further, when the parenchyma undergoes modification, meaning that according to the need, the parenchyma can modify itself to become something else and to perform a little different function or a specialized function. So that is coming under the modification of parenchyma or the specialization of parenchyma. Okay, so the like if the parenchyma contains the chloroplast, so it becomes the chlorenchyma. Then there is arenchyma. Okay, all of these things I will be discussing in more depth in the next class. But up until now, do you people have any